Welcome to the Adventures of Brent and Lydia. I'm Brent.
And I'm Lydia. That's me.
So we are on a new week, obviously. So hopefully this week will be better than the last. Been having a lot of issues, as you guys are going to see, if you haven't seen it already. But right now, what we're doing is actually going for, well, we meant to leave the house earlier, but it was my fault. But we're about to grab a bite to eat here. We're going to one of our favorite places. If you guys don't know about it, check it out. It's 931 Cafe. And essentially, it's kind of like a breakfast brunch burrito taco place. So that's where we're at now. Today should be interesting. My other partner in crime is actually going to be coming back over. For those of you that don't know, that's Cleveland and his son and his wife. They're kind of like partners in crime at this point. But with that said, I'll ask them when they get here. It's supposed to be a little bit later this afternoon. But I'll ask him a few things, and we'll show you guys, obviously. There's two things that we haven't talked about in a while. One is going back to the Bell Witch Cave. We can't record in there, as I've mentioned, for legal purposes. But we can take pictures. And so with that said, I mean, we'll see if he wants to do that. There's also some more information that I found a while back on, I don't know, like this whole thing is a bit strange, so like we talked about it. But one of the families that we've been researching down in Memphis, one of those family members actually came up to Clarksville and was murdered. And the guy who murdered him was hung over a cave. And we're assuming that it's the same cave system. Because, again, like Mammoth Cave System is ginormous, and I think only like maybe 20% of it's actually explored. So, we'll see. You're being awfully stoic this morning. Dang, dude.
Yeah. I didn't sleep a lot last night. And broken sleep due to blood sugar issues. That's all.
Yeah, she kind of. So I was having a hard time last night, even getting to like in a restful state. I was very restless last night.
Why?
I don't know. It's probably because my spasms ended up waking me up like half of the time. Apparently, that actually was an issue well, it wasn't an issue, but Lydia had to deal with it last night coming from me because, like, so she's about the only person. And obviously, if you guys are married, you would understand where I'm coming from here. But like, Lydia is one of the only people that actually can calm me down. She's done a couple of different times. So, yeah, that happened. Are you gonna tell him how you're feeling it or anything? Or are you just gonna sit there?
I'm just really tired. My blood sugar dropped last night, so I had to eat some carbs and sugar to raise it back up. So it gives me a sugar rush, so I can't really fall back asleep because been up since about 3 o'clock this morning. And that's when we went to bed, was at 4 this morning. So,
yeah, I'm not proud of that, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I'm surprised you have as much energy as you do right now. You don't even look tired.
Oh, I'm tired. I just stay in a perpetual state of tiredness.
Gotcha. I'm making chili tonight for dinner. So it's the first pot of chili of the season.
Which is funny because it's still like 90 degrees and it's late
Yeah.
September.
Yeah, it's really sad. Yeah. But anywho. And then some sort of chicken noodle soup and sandwich tomorrow night for dinner. So that should be quick and easy. Probably not going to the evening service tomorrow since it's potluck Sunday. We usually don't go to the evening service on a potluck Sunday, just because of the time and everything. So, yeah.
Well, it's like we no more than get home and essentially have to turn back around. Lydia actually went last week by herself for the second service, which like I said, last week was rough. It's not getting any better, as you guys can clearly see from the last video that we put out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be more comfortable in a certain sense, like having my spasms like on camera. I'm not really still comfortable with it at all, but like I need to document it, you know. Like that's something that's a real thing. So I don't know about any type of work situation yet, guys. I know we have several friends that have been asking and trying to help out that I haven't heard anything really. One of the places is well over an hour away and I'm not horribly comfortable with it. I mean, the job's fine. The job itself is fine. It's the having to travel an hour and a half every day.
And the pay isn't worth the drive.
Right. So like the highest pay that I would probably get there is not even remotely close to what I'm making now.
So that's not worth the drive. If you were making even a little bit more, then it would be worth the drive, you know? Like that's
yeah.
the problem.
So I haven't contacted them intentionally yet. I'm still kind of weighing out some options. But it's probably safe to say that I'm not going to be going back to my current employer because of just I can't physically handle the job anymore. And I don't think that's a shameful thing to say, you know, like you really have to understand your limits with this condition. And even Lydia's condition, you have to understand the limits. Like we can't just like randomly, you know what I mean, like take these long distance trips. I can do it by myself if I physically can handle it, which depending on how next the upcoming weeks go, there's a chance that we might be going to a bigger event. And I apologize, guys, for not being able to go to the Redneck Rumble. I was not in a place to where I could even negotiate with Lydia last week. It wasn't going to happen. I knew probably by Wednesday that I wasn't going to physically be able to go.
No, I didn't. I just advised what I thought. I didn't say.
Well, you were doing what you were supposed to do as a wife and just being concerned, which I don't have an issue with. Guys, like one thing about chronic illness is like you try to lie to yourself. And I've caught Lydia doing this, just like she's caught me doing this. And we'll like try to push through it and be like, oh, I'm fine. And then all of a sudden you're collapsing on the floor. And you're not fine. We both have done it in various different ways. But that's part of us trying to understand our limits. And like, Lydia's been having breathing issues too. Which she generally, like, you guys see it, like, she doesn't generally talk about them that much.
Yeah, I've been on this for a year this November, so it's kind of like, oh, okay, it's just attached to me. It doesn't bother me.
I think we gave an update in one of the videos prior.
Yeah, it's like a pair of glasses. It doesn't really bother me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Are you sure you want to go to 931 Cafe instead of somewhere else?
I'm already headed there.
Okay.
Why?
Cool. I think they serve tacos there.
You've gotten them in the past, haven't you? Oh, you just get burrito.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yep. This is just really late.
I can just see people in the comments right now being like, It's not the same thing. Tacos and burrito bowls and burritos are different. The guts are the same, okay? Don't come at me, all right? It's the same guts.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm making for church tomorrow is taco soup. Well, it's actually I already made it. I had it frozen, so I'm going to bring it to church tomorrow. Taco soup. That would be good.
One of my favorite soups, guys, is actually something that Lydia ordered for me one time somewhere. I don't even remember where it was now because it was that many years ago. And I think I went to the bathroom and I was like, yeah, I'll just take soup, salad, and a sandwich or something. I forget where it was. And I get back and I see the soup and I'm like, are you sure this isn't like chili? And she's like, no, it's a soup. I had never had chicken tortilla soup, but that's what it was. And it's one of my favorite soups, actually.
That's actually what I made, except without the tortillas.
Fair enough.
I didn't have tortillas.
I hope you guys are liking our content as far as us doing like reaction review videos and trying to like explain what's going on in those as well as these. I know they're a bit different, the fact that we're doing that, but mainly we started doing the reaction videos because we're realizing that a lot of the topics that we're doing on the podcast we're also like having to cover with other things, so it's a good reference point, I would say, for us going into the next topic, which is why we chose those first 3 videos that we did, one of which we had actually done a video several months ago about the Warren family. So that's the reason why I did that first one. I didn't know what to expect. I really didn't watch that prior to that reaction. But Lydia and I kind of wanted to do the next one together because obviously like that is leading into our next series. If we end up recording one today, that's going to be like a continuation of stuff that Cleveland and I have been talking about. And we're probably just going to talk through some stuff.
Like conclusion, I guess.
Yeah, because he's wanting to like touch base on several different topics, I think, which is totally fine. Like, I appreciate his expertise and he appreciates mine, you know, mainly because like there's very few people out there that approach the occultic world with understanding and empathy. Now, that may sound counterintuitive, but it's not, I promise. Like, you're not trying to, all you're trying to do is plant a seed, you know, ultimately, so. But anyways, enough about that.
Gotta get the house clean, mostly the deck and the living room before they get here.
Yeah, they're gonna be at the hacienda like, what is it, like 4:30 or so?
4:35, something like that.
Which that also depends on if Cleveland Scott doesn't wrangle him in to do stuff, which happens a lot. He's in computers and IT work, guys. Like, he's been doing it for 30 plus years. I know I mentioned it in another video, but like when it comes to like understanding how to debunk certain things, as far as like electronics, he's my go-to guy. He really is. The plethora of knowledge that he has and the places that he's been is just, it's kind of mind-blowing. You know, when you think about like his humble beginnings, you know what I mean, to like where he's at now and all the different places that he's been.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of like me too, though. I mean, I once had a person tell me, they're like, man, you're really interesting to talk to. You met so many people from all over. I'm like, look, I'm not afraid to talk to people. But, you know, with that being said, I mean, like, the people that I was meeting were essentially homeless and drug addicts and alcoholics. Kind of know a little something about that. Years ago, I was in the same situation, which happens unfortunately a lot. Like, if you have a worldview that's not consistent, you get stuck in a trap, which is why trap houses actually exist, by the way. But anyways,
Alright.
I know my brain's all over the place today, guys. Like seriously, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
I initially told Lydia that I was like, yeah, I want to get up and take a ride, and she's like, you're not gonna do it now, are you? I'm like, well, I don't know. I got the bike fixed, you know. She's like, okay, fine, ride tomorrow. And I'm like, let's not repeat what happened last Sunday. I laugh about it now, but you guys have no idea how upset I was. No idea. I was being extremely sarcastic.
Oh, I do.
And I wasn't upset at anyone specifically. I was just upset at the bike. Because, like, people think that I'm joking about this. That motorcycle has tried to kill me. I kid you not, like 3 times. And, like, I joke about it, but, like, it's kind of true. About, what, a month after I got it or so, because I didn't have my my endorsement then yet. Or I had just gotten my endorsement at the time. And was coming out of we used to live in an apartment complex, and was coming out of it, and I think my hand slipped off the clutch while simultaneously the back wheel got loose on some gravel, and I went down and broke my knee. Thank God it wasn't anything else, because that would have been a really bad situation. Their recovery process for that was very long and very difficult, to say the least. Yeah. It took me over a year to even get the mobility back that I have in my knee.
And it's still snap, crackle, pops.
Yeah, the tendons are never going to be the same. I'll probably have arthritis in that knee when I get a little bit older. Which is funny because I feel like I'm an old man already, but...
Yeah. What should I make for dessert for tonight? What's a good dessert to go with chili?
Something that's not horribly sweet, but satisfying.
Well, I'm drawing a blank. That's why I'm legitimately asking you.
I mean, I'd be good with like a cobbler with ice cream or whipped cream or something. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine too.
I can do that, but we would just have to go to the store and grab the ice cream.
Well, guys, there's a reason why I'm laughing. So, Lydia and I have been married for 12 years. In November, it'll be 13, which is
12.
Okay, sorry. I'm putting an extra year on there. So this coming November, we'll be married 12 years. Only got one more before we're teenagers in our marriage. But without a doubt, in the last 12 years, I cannot tell you how many dates that we have been on, literally, that we end up at some grocery store getting something. It's actually almost funny to both of us at this point, like how many times that happens.
Sorry.
It's not a big deal. It's just funny.
Yeah, but that's fine. I'll make a cobbler. I just need to go to the store and get ice cream.
That's fine. You can do that. Okay. Or I can go get it.
Okay. And margarine. Not butter, margarine.
Don't come at her, guys. Don't come at her.
It makes better crumbling topping.
My mom did the same thing. My mom was probably one of the best cooks and bakers that I've ever seen in my life. And I deeply, deeply, deeply miss not just my parents, but my whole family around the holiday season that's coming up. I usually kind of go into a depression state. I'm hoping this year it'll be different. Last year was extremely difficult because, as you guys have heard, Lydia and I had to spend pretty much the whole holiday season in the hospital because she was there twice, both during Christmas and Thanksgiving. It is what it is. Like, we're not mad about it or anything. It's just that's what happened.
Yep. What type of cobbler? Blackberry, blueberry, peach?
I'll leave that up to you. All right, guys. Well, we're almost to our destination.
You don't see the look I'm giving you.
Yeah, I do. Fine. Apple.
Okay, I can do apple. I got apples at the house.
You want me to make the apples for you?
If you really want to, absolutely.
I mean, I can.
Absolutely, I will.
So,
I will not say no to you cooking.
So you guys want to know a hilarious story? You guys are gonna love this. So, the first year of marriage, right? She never asked if I can cook, so I just assumed that, you know, she was never gonna ask. So I went the whole entire first year of our marriage, literally the whole entire first year of our marriage, with Lydia essentially cooking every single meal. And like, it didn't bother me or anything. It just, you know, it was one of those things. And so we go to visit my parents. Now keep in mind, this is 11 years ago at this point. And my mom looks at me and she's like, hey, you guys are going to be in town for, you know, about a week or so, you know, why don't you make some of your spaghetti sauce? And Lydia's jaw dropped, right? She had no idea whatsoever that I actually knew how to cook or bake or anything like that. I'm not a baker. I'll say that right now. But like the funniest part of that, about that story was the reaction that she had. And she essentially, yeah, she forced me to cook for at least one meal a week for like a year after that. It was just a funny story, but we're here. This is 931 Cafe. I'm obviously not going to be taking you guys in there, but we'll check back with you guys later. All right, see you later. Hey, what's up, y'all? It is Wednesday evening. It's been a pretty busy-ish day for me. Started out with putting up the podcast. So the newest episode of Occultic Tennessee Part 5 is now up. And tomorrow, which obviously you guys are going to see this video on Saturday, so that one's already going to be posted. But I did a reaction video this morning. Hope you guys enjoy it. It is a little bit longer, but I'm trying to. I'm basically I'm just trying to call out things as I see it. Obviously, that's what reaction videos are, but you know, you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. At least I hope you do. But we just had a really pretty amazing evening, actually. We had a newer couple from our church come over, and it was a wonderful conversation, actually. They shared their testimony, we shared ours, and come to find out, they both kind of came out of the New Age occultic world, had a lot of similar life experiences to what Lydia and I have had, which is pretty interesting, because like that doesn't happen very often. Let me try to turn this light on to see if that'll help a little bit. If it will, no, it's dead. Sorry if it's a little dark in here, guys. I'm in the brightest room in the house, which obviously is the kitchen. You know, Lydia's doing her whole thing over there, trying to clean up a little bit. Smoked some chicken for everybody tonight, and that came out pretty good. Here's a little glimpse of it, obviously in a bag, but there you go. Ka-chow! Oh.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it's I've actually been up for quite a while today. Haven't really spasmed too bad, which is a real blessing for me right now. I was actually up early because I was able to get an interview with one of the schools here in town to possibly be a custodian. I have done that job before, but it should be, Lord willing, I'll get that job. Be a really good job for me, actually, because it's basically after everyone leaves. So I'd have like one hall to myself, basically. That's kind of how they operate. But with that being said, just if I could ask anything from you guys out there wanting to watch our videos, is just pray that I get that job. Because realistically, I'm not going to be able to go back to my forklift driving job. safely anyway. That's a big concern for me. That's a big concern for Lydia. Is to be able to work safely, not just the fact that I can do the job, which we all know that I can do the job, but I don't feel like I can do it safely because every day is different. When it comes to my dystonia, and Lydia's kind of been experiencing the same thing as well. Like she's been having more issues lately with breathing. I'm hoping it's just allergies and we don't have to go through the same thing that we did last year.
No, please, no.
But with that being said, here's Lydia. I'll let you guys kind of chit chat with her for a few minutes. You know, she's kind of buzzing around because this family had what was it, 4 kids?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have 4 kids. Really, really cute kids actually. They were they were actually really, really fun to be around. Ah, it got dark.
Ow.
Sorry, it was under my foot. I stepped on her oxygen line for a second. So sorry, Lydia. But it's a little bit later, so we're not going to probably stay on here too long. But oh gosh, I'm getting so old. But yeah, this couple, it was pretty eye-opening to be honest, because we're not used to people having the same types of testimonies as us. It's very much by just God's grace that they even came to our church, and they have they have a desire to understand theology way better, and the Lord's blessed me to be able to help with that.
Which flavor do you want? Do you want red or orange?
I'll take the orange. That's fine.
That's orange, and this is strawberry lemonade. Which one do you want?
That's fine.
You want orange drink?
You already put it over there.
Well, because I wasn't sure which one you wanted.
She done made me a big orange drink. If you guys don't know the reference,
look up what it was football.
look up what it was football if you guys don't get that reference. But Lydia, how's your week been going so far?
Pretty good. I'm just tired right now. Just got the kitchen cleaned. It's officially closed. Yeah.
It's closed.
Yes, it's officially closed. It was nice to be able to have people over. I don't get to socialize with very many people, so I'm grateful that
That's actually mainly because of her condition, guys. To be honest, it can be challenging for her. So what's your thoughts for for this week so far? Today was obviously a really busy day for me.
Yeah.
Actually found, crazy enough, I think I actually found, sorry, I'm trying to turn the camera around here again. I think I actually found the next reaction video that I'm going to do. And the main reason why I'm picking this one, it's not nearly as long. And 2, after kind of screening it, there's not a whole lot that I have to say, which is actually a good thing if I don't have a lot to say. But that'll be for next week. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Yeah. So unfortunately, my spasms have been bad enough that I really haven't been able to get on the motorcycle too much recently. We were gonna try to go to an event, and I thought the date was at the end of next month. Unfortunately, it's not. It's literally the first weekend of October, so we're not going to be able to go to that. I apologize for that, guys.
And this
should have been pretty cool.
And this Saturday?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They canceled it because of the rain.
Oh, they did?
Yes, officially. Yes.
We were supposed to go to an air show here in town, but I guess they canceled it, which it's okay. So hopefully this video is still, enough that you guys are still going to want to watch it and kind of follow along on our journey here. I did a lot of talking today, so if my voice sounds really raspy, it's because I've done that much talking today.
Yeah.
I really have.
That's
like
okay.
the reaction video was about 2.5 hours or so.
and then this family, really, really great family.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to try to convince them to a certain extent to come on here so you guys can meet them and they can share a little bit of their testimony if they're willing to. Because you guys would be really, really benefited by their testimony and what God has done in their life, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I think Lydia and I are just going to chill for the evening at this point. It's just been a long day for me. I've literally been up since about 5:30 this morning, which it's funny because when I was at my job, I was waking up at like 2:30, 3:30, but I got so used to it over the course of 2 years it didn't bother me, and now it does. Probably just because like my schedule has been kind of all over the place since I've been out of work. So, but yeah, hopefully I'll hear back from the interview later this week or early next week. That would be such a blessing to be able to hear back, from that. But with all that said, probably won't be able to get another motorcycle ride in this week. It's going to get bad enough to where I did have it under the carport that we have. But when rain comes in sideways, it's not really good to keep your any vehicle, but especially motorcycles, out in the rain and the elements like that. So I rode it around into the garage and was kind of freaking out because apparently we have a gopher again or something that's making holes. So I was having to dodge holes in the grass. Not a fun situation.
Yeah.
You guys that know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But with that said, I think I've rambled enough here. We will try to come back at you tomorrow if we're feeling up for it. I apologize that the past couple of videos haven't really been, how do I say this? We normally take like small trips on the weekends and stuff. We haven't really been doing that just because neither one of us have been feeling that great, especially me. Lydia is always the one that's like happy-go-lucky, and there's certain things that she does that only she can get away with.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Look at her right there trying to play innocent. Yeah. So, but with that said, we hope you guys have a good evening, and if we don't see you tomorrow, we'll at least see you by Friday. With that said, I will see y'all later. Hey, what's up, guys? It is Friday evening.
So you know what day that means?
So it's our atypical pizza, wings, and a movie night. So the weather's been kind of weird this week. That's probably why we haven't really...
Not really weird, it's just...
Well, I mean, it's supposed to rain pretty much into next week at this point. Tennessee is experiencing basically like the rain from the hurricane and well, I think that's pretty much it. We haven't had a lot of rain this season though.
Which is good, you need it.
Yeah. So, this week's been kind of interesting, I guess, for me, because like, hasn't been necessarily as bad as far as my symptoms and stuff is concerned. But simultaneously, I don't know, I just feel like I'm kind of under a little bit of stress just because the job situation and stuff like that. I'm just, I did have a good interview with the school system earlier this week, but simultaneously, I'm just feeling general pressure of trying to provide for my family, which I'm sure a lot of you can understand that situation. So I don't know. With that said, I hope you guys have enjoyed the content. We haven't had a whole lot this week, to be completely honest, because, well, Lydia and I keep going back and forth on who's feeling worse. And I mean that as a joke, guys.
Which one?
I'll do the honey hot. Why not? So with that being said, yeah, I just figured I'd check in and kind of give you guys the final thoughts of the week when it comes to that. Lydia and I will be hopefully recording the first episode of Evil tomorrow. So with that said, should be pretty interesting. Lydia wanted me to dive a little bit deeper into the Greater and Lesser Key of Solomon, but most of it's just conjuring spells, to be completely honest. So I'm gonna look over it probably tomorrow morning and kind of gather some general thoughts and whatnot about it. Lydia actually had more research on her end than I did, just because she was going to cover. She basically was going to cover whether or not the Catholic Church operates in the way that this show claims, and a few other things that she was going to research related to that. But enough about me. Let's check in with Lydia real quick before we send you guys off. So this is like the only room in the house that has efficient light to be able to do anything at this point. It's really, really dark outside, guys. Look. It's what, 6 o'clock or so? And
Yep.
that's how dark it is right now. It's definitely raining pretty good at this point, but with that being said, Lydia, how have you been doing this week?
I'm good.
Can you, there we go.
My shoulder hurts. My lungs are being stupid. I'm tired. I've had a long week. Worked hard. And I just want to sit and do nothing. Maybe crochet.
That's fair.
Sorry, I'm not very enthusiastic right now. I've had a long day.
Which is totally fine.
Still trying to be happy-go-lucky as always.
But, yeah, with that said, guys, never forget if any of you are going through chronic illness. There we go. So if any of you are going through chronic illness, don't forget the one thing that you need to help you get through is a support group. Whether it's friends, family, your local church body, which they should be a part of your support group. Understand that no one can fight any battle alone. This is why God has created helpmates for all of us, or has put different people in our lives to be able to lean on. We can't live life by ourselves, guys. That's an absolute fact. And to be honest, I wouldn't want to live my life by myself. Even though that I am introverted and I'm a bit of recluse, and probably would be a hermit under a rock at some point, if I didn't have Lydia in my life. But with that said, sorry guys, that was a TV if you're hearing that.
Sorry, I thought it was turned down.
But with that said, we're gonna grub down on some pizza, so y'all can check this out here. This pizza is obviously a homemade pizza, but Lydia did the crust a little bit different in this one, and of course, we got our wings over here with our saucy sauces and all that type of fun stuff. What Lydia did in this one was she what was it? What was the difference that you did with the crust?
I did that egg to it.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. And the sourdough wasn't ready yet, so I couldn't use sourdough, so I just made a dough using just no egg.
Oh, got it. So yeah, she normally she just got a sourdough recipe from a good friends of ours, and so for whatever reason, if you guys have celiac disease, you might want to check this out. Lydia actually has celiac disease, so apparently, if you guys want to try sourdough, apparently it kind of takes some of that gluten out of it when it
may not work for everyone.
may not work, but seems like it's been working for Lydia. She's been able to enjoy sourdough breads and whatnot. Anyways, we will see you probably, guys, in the next one.
Yep, we'll see you tomorrow.
We were actually going to have a pretty cool day set up. We were actually supposed to go to like an airport and see like vintage planes fly and, you know, share the gospel with people, but that event was canceled due to the rain. Like I said, it's been raining pretty much all day, and it's supposed to rain into the next several days, so I'll try to get a video out at some point with me back on the bike, but until then, see you guys later.
See you later, alligator.
Stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.